with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Jasmine Brand. Whenever you're here, Mano's not here, and vice versa.
Because we're the same person.
I know. I think something's going on. If we play Mano's record backwards, it says, I am Jasmine. Jasmine is me. But yes, today is a Wednesday, and we have a Wealth Wednesday for you today that I think is going to be helpful if you owe student loans. Okay, so we are going to have Lynnette Khalfani-Cox, the money coach, on. She's a personal finance expert, a speaker. She has 15 money management books. She has a New York Times bestseller called Zero Debt, The Ultimate Guide to Financial Freedom. She's been on Oprah, on Dr. Phil, Good Morning America, The Today Show, Steve Harvey, all of that.
She's an expert.
Yes, she's definitely an expert. And so she's going to talk about student loan payments.
Okay.
They have resumed October 1st.
I've read and I've heard. And
after being paused for 3 years.
I'm concerned.
So she's going to make sure that you have all the resources that you need to be ready, but also to find out, if you can get anything excused.
Okay.
And what's been going on with the Biden administration with student loan payments and how you can, actually, because some people are eligible to get their student loan repayment over with, done, erased. All right, so we'll talk about all of that. And, of course, we had a good night, so I cannot wait for us to talk about last night.
Yes, we did have a good night.
You went to your first Broadway play.
First ever.
And it was a great one.
Yeah, I have no complaints.
All right, so we'll talk about that and about last night. But in the meantime, let's shine a light on them. 800-292-5150 is a number. Call us up and let us know who you would like to shine a light on. 800-292-5150 is way up.
We gon' light the block up. I'ma shine. I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
Yes, it is way up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here.
Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Jasmine. And today is a special day. I want to shine a light on my friend, and I feel like I had to have shown a light on her before, but today's a special day. My girl Melissa, who owns the grill, she just had a baby last night.
Yay!
Yes, and so I'm going to definitely go see her and her new baby today.
I feel like we just went to her baby shower the other day.
Yeah, we did. We went to her baby shower. And so, fortunately, the baby is healthy. 6 pounds, 11 ounces.
The baby looked big to me.
He looked about 2 months old already.
He looked like a big boy.
He looked like he could talk.
We take it for granted that, we have children every day. People have babies, and sometimes people don't make it through. So this is a big deal. I think we got really celebrate when you have a healthy baby.
Yes, and he looks. And she was her stomach, because she's very small frame.
Yes.
Her stomach was huge, and
all
she
belly.
was like, Angela, this baby about to be 10 pounds.
She looked like she was gonna have a big old baby.
But congratulations, Melissa. Congratulations to Rob. And one thing about Melissa, she was working up until she delivered that baby. All right, and the grill. She was on every time I was calling. I called the other night. As a matter of fact, last week to go get some food on my way home. I just wanted to make sure that they were open, still the kitchen was open, and she was there.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, Melissa, it is midnight. Like,
super mom,
aren't you about to have a baby? So congratulations and shout out to Melissa. 800-292-5150. Who do you want to shine a light on? Monique, how are you?
Hey, I'm blessed. How y'all feeling?
I'm good. Who do you want to shine a light on?
All of us professional nannies, because what we do is not easy. It takes a special kind of person.
You are so right. And let me tell you something. It is so hard. My friends who have been looking for nannies, when you find a good one, you got to hold them tight.
Hold on, okay? Yes. So I just want to shine a light on all of us out here, just really doing the best we can to provide a nurturing environment for y'all children.
Yeah, that is so important. And them kids be loving their nannies, boy. When you see how the kid runs. And I know you love the kids, too. As a nanny, you get a great attachment. But it is so important. So thank you so much for calling.
Yeah, y'all have a great day.
All right, you too. Hey, Kev, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, Angel. How are you? Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Who do you want to shine a light on?
Man, I got to shine a light on my wife, Michelle, my daughter, Stephanie, my granddaughter, Jill. I just had her first child. 3 wonderful women, man. I got to shine a light on her, baby.
Okay. You got all these beautiful women in your life?
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, shout out to them, and thank you for calling.
Man, thank you. Keep doing what you're doing.
All right, you too.
All right.
All right. Well, that was Shine a Light on them. 800-292-5150. If you couldn't get through, you can always leave a message. And Yeetie is coming up next. And Jada Pinkett Smith, you know she has her book, and she did a sit-down interview with Hoda Kotb that's going to air Friday night on NBC. But she did give us some little spoilers about what's going to be talked about, and we have that for you when we come back. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning. Let's see if we have any Jasmine Brand exclusives today.
You never know.
All right, well, let's start it off with Jada Pinkett Smith. You know she has her book coming out, and Worthy. And one thing that she did was an exclusive sit-down with Hoda Kotb. It's going to air Friday night on NBC. And amongst the things that she talked about, she discusses that her and Will Smith were officially split since 2016. Here is what Hoda asked her.
The thing that surprised me the most was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
Right.
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
Yes.
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
And you know, Will Smith did reveal previously that they had an open marriage because they believed their union shouldn't feel like a prison. So he had already said that. And he also said in GQ last year, I don't suggest our road for anybody. I don't suggest this road for anybody. But the experiences, that the freedoms that we've given one another and the unconditional support to me is the highest definition of love.
Okay.
So that's his experience. Now, Jada Pinkett Smith also talked about why their relationship was fractured.
Why did the relationship fracture?
That's a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I think by the time we got to 2016, we were just exhausted with trying. I think we were both kind of still stuck in our fantasy of what we thought the other person should be.
She really didn't. I didn't get a clear answer, which is fine. But
Right. And maybe in her book, which by the way comes out on Tuesday on the 17th, we'll learn more. But I also feel like that interview that yours truly did with August Alsina, I don't know if they ever would have revealed this much, right? If that hadn't happened.
So, Angela, are you saying that maybe they were motivated by what August Alsina said during the interview with you?
I don't think they had plans to tell
ever
as much.
talk about?
Well, I don't know if they did or not, but I do know initially, remember, her spokesperson denied it.
Yes.
When August Alsina did the interview and people were calling him a liar. And I also know that August did give her a heads up.
Okay.
That he was going to actually do the interview, and he even sent her the clip ahead of time so she could see what he said.
Do you think that was your biggest interview, August Alsina, or no?
I think it was, yeah, that was a big story that year. And you got to think that interview was during a pandemic when nobody was doing things together in person. Everything was virtual.
Yeah.
And he actually flew to New York for us to do a sit down because he put out a project. That's really what it was about.
Right.
And so that was a small part of the interview, a really small part of it.
It was big, but it was small. But
and
it was
I knew
big.
and I was wondering before I came out if he was going to take that part out. Is this going to be edited? Will he change his mind? And, you know, it took like a week for that interview to come out after we did it. And he sent me the clip also that he sent to her. So I was like, okay, I guess it is going to be in here. And then I'll never forget, I was, at my friend Dahlia's restaurant Tilly's, and the interview came out while I was there waiting to pick up my food, and it was just...
Listen, I remember you calling me after the interview, and I was saying, you were telling me about it. I said, there's no way this is ever going to air. They're never going to let this air. You were like, I don't know, Jazz. I'm like, no, Angela, this is not going to come out ever.
His one thing he said to me before the interview was, Angela, I don't want to dwell on this too long, so... You know, if you want to ask me about it, because he did a song about it. They were on red carpets together. So it felt kind of obvious, but it had never been said.
Right.
All right. Now, Jada also talked about keeping her promise with Will Smith. They just don't want to get divorced.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise.
But you still live separately.
We live separately.
Okay.
They live separately. Well, there you have it.
Is that marriage? Yeah, I guess marriage is whatever you define it, right?
Well, legally, I think is a different definition than emotionally, you know? So there's people who are married legally and have been married and haven't been together in years, sometimes decades, but haven't gotten divorced officially.
Okay.
So it's a difficult thing. All right. Well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have About Last Night. And I'm excited for this one, for us to talk about what we did last night. Mm-hmm. We actually went to a Broadway play.
Yes.
And it was really good. And it was your first one. Mm-hmm. So you guys got to listen, because if you're in New York or you're coming here and you want to go to a play, we have a great suggestion for you that we really enjoyed. And we'll discuss it in About Last Night. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Last night. So, about last night.
Last night.
Here's how it went down.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here.
Good morning. Any brand of my own brand.
Shout out to Jamil Hill. We just saw her.
Yes.
In the hallway. I love her. She's
dope.
She be doing her thing.
Yes, she does. She gets the people talking too.
Yes, she does, with no remorse. Like, I don't care. I'm gonna say what I have to say. All right. So About Last Night, Jasmine, Brand, and I, and Paris, my friend Paris, we all went to go see a Broadway play.
Yes.
Jaja's African Hair Braiding. And you know what? I didn't really know much about it until I went.
Okay.
Right? I was like, all right, let me just go. Because they actually did sponsor Angela Yee Day. We had free hair braiding.
Yeah, okay. It's
at
coming
Angela
together
Yee
now.
Day.
All right.
Yes. And so that was part of it. I was like, I need to go see this play. So we made time to do that. So the African hair braiding shop is in Harlem.
Yes.
By the way, set is amazing.
It looks really good.
The outside of it looks just like an African hair braiding salon.
And as soon as they turned it around so we could see the inside, everyone started clapping. Did you peep that?
Yeah. Because it looks so good, like with the hair hanging on the wall, the different pictures of the different hairstyles. First thing I said to you, I was like, what hairstyle am I about to get next?
Right.
All right. So this is a day when we know these summer days when you're in the hair salon all day and it's like 100 degrees. The air conditioner's not working the way that it should.
Yes.
So it's a hot day in the hair salon, and you see the people that work in the hair salon, the different struggles and things that they're going through, right? Their relationships with each other. And then the customers who come in, and not just customers, but also people who come in selling socks, selling jewelry.
It's a real experience of how it is when you go get your hair braided.
You know what's so interesting to me? Whenever I go, because this is your first ever Broadway play.
I've never been to a play on Broadway ever.
All right. So what did you think?
Well, first of all, you've talked about going to plays on Broadway, and you know, I don't know. Like for me, I always thought they were going to be a little boring, right? Because I feel like
some of them are.
Yeah, because when I think of Broadway plays, I feel like a lot of Black and brown people don't go to plays a lot of times, and the tickets are expensive for a lot of these plays as well. It's not something that we go to a lot, so I was just expecting to be a little bored. But I was just like, I told you, like, I'm gonna have to try to stay up for this, Angela, because I just flew into town.
I made you some coffee uplifts, people.
You made me some coffee from your coffee brand. It was super funny. For this to be my first, this is setting the bar high.
I told you that this was a great first play because it was very relatable, because we get our hair braided.
We do.
So we know what it's like. I've been in the African hair braiding spot.
I have too.
Yeah.
I have too.
So to see what it's like, one woman came in and she was like, she wanted micro braids.
Yes.
And everybody turned their back like, no one wants to do that, because that's an all day thing when you have to give somebody micro braids. Now, one thing I didn't experience is anytime they wanted to talk about price, they take you outside.
So, now, I've never experienced that either. And I've gone to African braiding spots and I've gone to other braiding spots. I've never saw it. Is that a thing?
I didn't know. But
maybe that's a Harlem thing.
So while we see the different relationships about, stealing other people's customers, and that happens in barbershops, hair salons,
beauty salons,
hair braided spots all the time. There's also some serious conversations.
Yeah.
When you're here and you don't have your papers, right? Because one of the characters, her mom is actually Jaja, who owns the hair braiding spot.
Yes.
I'm not going to give more than this away, but imagine the difficulty of being young, being in the United States since you were 4 years old.
Yeah.
Right. So not even knowing, she's from Senegal, what that's like to have lived there. She doesn't know the language. She's been here forever.
Right.
So this brings up like the whole DACA Dreamers thing and getting your papers right and being able to be a citizen. Super smart, a valedictorian, but can't even go to college because she doesn't have her papers.
Yep.
And really contributing to society, paying, doing all of the things that you're supposed to do, but not having your papers and the things that prevent you from being able to accomplish. And so It was just a really great play. If you've never been to a Broadway play, this is a great first one.
It's the perfect one. Like I said, Angela, it's setting the bar really high for my next Broadway play I'm going to go to.
So shout out to Jocelyn Bio. Mm-hmm. She's actually the playwright who wrote this play. She's from Ghana. She's a Ghanaian American.
Okay, cool.
And she did this play, so it was.
She did an amazing job. Just the entire cast.
It was fun. Look, I laughed a lot, but I also got sad.
I got sad too.
Yeah, so it had us with all the emotions. All right, now when we come back, tell us a secret. 800-292-5150 is the number. It's time for you to tell us a secret. And Jasmine's here. I'm here. We want to hear your juiciest, deepest secrets. And maybe it's something good. Maybe it's something scandalous.
Okay.
Either way, we love it. We want to hear it. We're nosy. 800-292-5150. Call us up. Tell us a secret. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Way up.
This is a judgment-free zone. Tell us a secret.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm here, Angela.
It's time to tell it a secret.
Okay.
I feel like y'all got some good secrets. And we are here to not judge you. We're here to be a space for you to feel safe to share with us. Because Mano's not here today. That's the only reason that is safe to call in. 800-292-5150 is a number. Call us up. Tell us a secret. Hello, anonymous caller. How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. It's me and Jasmine, and we are ready to hear your secret.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so it's the Hurricane Harvey secret. The summer of Hurricane Harvey, I was stationed in Houston. We was doing a job for a place. And I get a friend book request. You know what I'm saying? I'm there for a couple weeks, don't know anybody. Get a friend book request, take it because, you know, she's hot. So, of course, you know, I'm a guy.
Of course.
And then we start having a little bit of communication, and I realized that she thinks I'm someone from her past.
Ooh. Oh.
But she was hot, and I didn't know nobody in Houston, so I rolled with it.
You let her think you were somebody she thought, okay.
And, you know, I didn't confirm or deny. I just didn't let her know. But we went out a couple of times, and, like, the second time we went back to the hotel, and things got intimate, and she was really cool. I had to wake her up the next morning like, hey, I hate to tell you this. Whoever you thought I was, I'm not him.
Oh my gosh. That's awful. What did she say?
She started cracking up. She's like, I wondered if you'd been working out. Something was a little different. But anyway, I still know her to this day.
Oh, it turned out nice.
Fortunately, it turned out okay.
She could appreciate the fact that I had to spill the beans. She was just too cool, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, at first, I was so
Was she calling you by the wrong name?
She wasn't calling me by the wrong name. I don't know if she remembered the name. She's probably, you know what I'm saying? I'm like 50 years old. So, you know, a lot of people, she actually thought I was some guy she used to know, though.
Okay. So y'all still kept in touch?
We made the most of it. We still are in touch. Yeah.
Okay, relationship.
Did y'all have sex after?
Not
after
exactly a relationship. What? After?
Yeah, yes. after you told her that who you really were, did y'all have sex after that?
Again?
Yep.
Yup.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it worked out.
All right. He was just playing along with it.
And apparently he's buff.
Playing along with it. I wasn't exactly acting like I was him, but I wasn't correcting her. I had to tap on the shoulder like, hey, you're too cool. I gotta keep it real. I'm not that dude.
But he told her after the fact.
He told her, and she was okay with it.
It worked out. Okay. All right.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Well, thank you. And keep up the good work. Y'all doing a great job.
I appreciate you. Anonymous caller, what's your secret?
No, I don't want to be anonymous. Because I want to, because I'm going to tell her at the same time I'm telling y'all.
Is she there?
Okay, there's a woman with you, and you want us to all know.
Right, correct. Because if y'all hear something, I want you to dial 911 for me, huh?
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
I'm nervous.
Okay, so what's your name?
I'm going to tell you I'm going to talk about Philly.
Okay, all right. And what's your secret that you're telling all of us?
All right. But I'm talking to her right now, though. All right, listen, baby, look. Now, remember when I had came to the crib, right? Now, you probably don't remember. Don't make you remember. It was last week. It was on a Wednesday. And you got upset because I ain't pick up my phone.
He's definitely from Philly.
Mm-hmm. Hold up, wait.
Come on, we listening.
Yeah, come on. We got to hear it.
I feel like we know where this is going. Yeah. Come on.
Just say it.
All right, look. All right, first I'm bisexual.
Okay.
Does she know that?
Is it a secret?
Nah, she don't know that.
Okay, so you're telling her you're bisexual.
All right. I feel like I heard her react.
You hear me? I'm bisexual.
Okay.
So what happened when you? Oh, I'm sorry.
And to make sure that that's what I was,
It's okay. This is a safe space.
I let John suck.
Shut the up. Get up. Get out. Get out my car. Get up.
Hello.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing. I hope he's okay.
That was a first, Angela.
That was the first time something like that has happened.
Okay.
Safe space with us. I don't know about with your girl. I think it's also about the cheating, right? When he wasn't answering the phone, because even if it was another woman, that's an issue.
Yeah, that's an issue off the break.
But then you add another layer to it.
Yeah.
But I am wishing him well and hope that he is okay.
Good luck.
All right. Well, that was Tell Us a Secret.
That was the first, Angela.
Yeah, and as you can see, Jasmine and I are open to anything that you have to tell us. No judgment.
Yes.
And when we come back, we are going to talk about the BET Hip Hop Awards that were last night. We'll tell you some of the winners and some of the big moments. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea. Come and get the tea.
All right, one more time. What up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm here, Angela.
Yee tea time. So after we went to go see Jaja's African hair braiding yesterday, we came home to watch the BET Hip Hop Awards. Kendrick Lamar was the big winner of the night. All right. And then Drake, 21 Savage, Lil Durk, J. Cole, Metro Boomin, and Lil Uzi Vert all won multiple awards, by the way. As far as nominations, 21 Savage and Cardi B led this year's nominations with 12 each.
Nice.
All right, so Hip Hop Artist of the Year, Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Won in that category. Song of the Year was Lil Uzi Vert with Just Wanna Rock.
I understand that winning.
Hip Hop Album of the Year was Drake and 21 Savage, Her Loss.
Okay.
Best Hip Hop Video, Lil Uzi, Just Wanna Rock.
Got it.
Best Collab, All My Life, Lil Durk featuring J. Cole. Impact Track was also All My Life. Best Duo or Group was Drake and 21 Savage. And it goes on from there. But Ice Spice won for Best Breakthrough Hip Hop Artist. Producer of the Year was Metro Boomin. Video Director of the Year was Dave Free and Kendrick Lamar. Shout out to my guy Dave Free. I haven't seen him in forever.
Okay.
Best Hip Hop Platform was Carisha Please. All right.
I don't know about that one, Angela.
Well, she beat out All Hip Hop, Drink Champs, Hip Hop DX, $1 Million Worth of Game, Rap Caviar, The Breakfast Club, The Joe Budden Podcast, and Double XL.
That's a tough lineup.
Yeah, it's interesting because she also is seasonal. It doesn't come out every day.
Yeah, I mean,
newest out of all of them.
Okay, it could be the new best hip hop platform. I could see a winner for that.
All right, well, those are some.
Well, no one asked me though, so okay.
So those are some of the winners. Best international flow, we already said this before, was Black Sheriff. Now we have some of the moments. One of the things that people always look forward to is those ciphers. Here is Lola Brooke.
Get it where I be. First get it up in NYC. Please don't burn your wrist to a chief. I don't eat red meat when we can if it's beef. Don't need juice to feel lit. See the chains that's around my neck. It was a gift. Pound on my neck. City on my with JFK to UK to catch a lift. I don't need licks to get active, babes. Nigga turn in the acting stage. They gotta listen what the captain says. If I could kill with a bar, I'ma rap for days.
You know who she kind of sounds like to me?
Who?
Foxy Brown.
Okay, well, they're both from Brooklyn.
Little bit.
I never thought that, but okay. All right. That's not a bad comparison.
Right.
Scarlett also did the cipher. Here she is.
Damn, I'm late to the party. Last woman to arrive, I couldn't wait to be charged. Facing Scarlett going up and now they faces beside me. I know dude just poured diamond, put an eighth to his body. They tried to broadcast, but the camera didn't work. Wanna be an MC, but the hammer didn't work. Caught him on the late night, he tried to put it in reverse, and they caught it people lacking. So a diamond's ridiculous, and it come with a bling. And I go buck wild on anyone that you bring.
She looked like she was having a time too. She was standing up, dancing to everything.
We love her.
Absolutely. And some of the other performers and women, like we've been saying, have been having a time. City Girls performed. Yes. Sexy Red performed too. Glorilla also performed, and she had Fabio Foreign there with her.
Nice.
My girl, Young Devin, was there. Now, cool DJ Red Alert was DJing, and he introduced her, and she stood in the booth next to him. I think she's amazing. Here's Young Devin.
Pretty petite and aggressive little shorty. I'm Big Baby G, excuse me, on my manners. Anywhere I go, they gon' choose me. Got my ops stuck and they talkin' like it's Tuesday. Look, I take dubs like I'm Toupee. Only else we got coming up is Cool J. And they saying hip hop won't win. When I sign to the same place, they got Rakim. Run a few laps like I got no gym. And my flows go cool fool like it got no sense. Hold up, y'all. Let me get the last one involved. Then we got a bigger ball for the legend Rolly Mar. Set up on a bench and I'm pass me the ball. Man, my ex been back like I asked for the call. Came a long way from the EBT. Label told me don't spin, listen DVDs. Gotta do it for the guys driving GSC. It's Young Dev, Big Trini here on BET. You dig?
Hey,
I like her flow.
Devin.
I like her flow.
She performed at Angela Yee Day, so did Scarlett.
Mm-hmm.
All right, shout out to them. And she mentioned LL Cool J, by the way. He was there doing a Marley Marl tribute. And listen, I feel like there was some great, because Marley Marl won the I Am Hip Hop Award. 50th anniversary of hip hop, great tributes that happened. Swizz Beatz and Timbaland also got the Cultural Influence Award. Here's what they had to say.
I always dreamed I would be on the stage accepting an award about hip hop, you know, doing music back in Virginia. Never thought I would make it, but now I'm here. Me and my brother created something special, and it ain't over. Black owned, me and Swizz Beatz versus, and I'm glad to share this moment with my brother.
All right.
Nice.
And Fat Joe hosted, of course. So, you know, Fat Joe has been doing a lot of BET collabs, hostings. There was one thing that went viral, though, because we told you Sexy Red performance. She did ski, and he messed that up a little bit. Listen to this.
Shout out to the baby. Shout out to Sexy Red. Ski you.
Oh, ski you. Okay.
Maybe something different.
It sounds okay, that sounds
All
different.
right, well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have Under the Radar. Those are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are under the radar, but super important. It's way up.
Check the news. I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
Yes, it's way up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
I know that's right, girl. Let them know. And it's time for Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines, but very important. Now, we were watching this on the news this morning. The FTC has proposed a new rule to ban junk fees. That could save you a lot of money. So let's talk about junk fees. These are hidden costs, so that when you go to pay, it ends up being a lot more money than you anticipated. Like, you know how you go to a hotel, for instance, or you buy tickets on Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
And so maybe the hotel was $100 a night, but by the time you pay for everything and check out, it's $180. And you're like, what happened?
Yeah, like what do those resort fees include?
Oh my gosh, they'd be like towels, this, that. Like, you know, junk fees really end up costing you so sometimes almost double what you would have normally paid. So it's like hidden costs and surprise fees that companies put on. You know where else that happens a lot? On when you order food. Like food delivery.
Yeah, it does.
You're like, okay, so there's like a handling service charge, and there's this,
delivery,
and there's a tip, and you're like, how did this meal go from $25 to $40
like
plus
double.
a tip?
Yep.
And you're like, how did this happen? And so right now, there's a proposed rule that would apply to many different industries to eliminate junk fees. Those are those hidden costs again.
Or at least tell me beforehand.
Now, the FTC does have the authority to move forward with this rule without additional approval from Congress, according to officials. And so Biden is continuing to push Bidenomics that would focus on the everyday costs that hit American pocketbooks. It's another chance for him to try to appeal to voters, getting rid of that.
Okay, I'm with it.
I would love that. All right. Walgreens has named a new CEO as pharmacy staff walked off the job this week. And that's over concerns that working conditions are putting employees and patients at risk. All right. Tim Wentworth, who formerly headed Express Scripts, which is a pharmacy benefit manager, was named the CEO as of October 23rd.
Okay.
So that's going to be happening. Now, the exact scale of the pharmacist protest is unclear, but organizers yesterday estimated that more than 300 Walgreens locations out of nearly 9,000 were affected by walkouts that are planned for Monday through Wednesday. And according to a company spokesperson, no more than a dozen pharmacies did experience disruptions, but it has led to upset customers, medication errors, vaccination errors, needle sticks, things like that.
That's a big deal.
It is. And a lot of Walgreens workers aren't unionized. And the employees who walked out are organizing online, and they have three main requests. Improve transparency about shifting hours and schedules.
Okay.
Set aside training hours for new team members, and to adjust tasks and expectations at each location based on staffing levels.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds fair.
And Jasmine, this story's for you. Morgan State University leaders are planning to build a wall around most of the Northeast Baltimore campus after the shooting that happened last week that left 5 people injured during homecoming festivities. So much so that they actually canceled the rest of the homecoming festivities,
which has never happened before.
Now, the wall would extend existing barriers by about 8,000 feet to encircle 90% of campus. And according to the president, that would eliminate unfettered access.
Okay.
What was it like for you on campus? Because you went to Morgan State.
It was an open campus.
Yeah, so people could just walk on.
Yeah, anyone. It's in the middle. It's in the city. It's in Baltimore. It's open campus. You can just walk on campus. You can walk off. So this hopefully will be of some help. That's a scary situation.
It's a safety concern. Yeah. And according to the president, David Wilson, he said, we're doing this, let me be clear, not to keep out our neighbors in our community. We're doing it to keep out the bad actors. And so, I guess something like this happens and you realize we have to put other measures in place. All right. It is a Wednesday and we do have the Way Up mix at the top of the hour. Plus, we have Lynnette Khalfani-Cox joining us today. She is the money coach, a New York Times best-selling author, Zero Debt, The Ultimate Guide to Financial Freedom. And she is going to be talking about the student loan debt as student loan payments have resumed on October 1st. They were paused for 3 years. And now she's going to give you some of the tools and necessary information that you'll need about these federal loans, the difference between those and private loans, and how you can figure out what you have, and perhaps also give you more information on income-based repayment. How is that working for people who may be unemployed, or maybe they just are making money through side hustles? All right, it's a Wealth Wednesday. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Way Up mix at the top of the hour.
Way Up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
Whoa, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
What's up, Angela?
What's up, Jasmine Brand? Are you ready for some Yee tea?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, former NFL player Sergio Brown, whose mother was found dead last month near her home in Chicago, has been taken into custody by authorities, and that is in connection with his mother's death, according to a law enforcement source. Now, he would travel to Mexico, and he was deported yesterday, taken into custody by U.S. law enforcement officers near San Diego, based on an arrest warrant issued in Illinois. Police are now working to transfer him from Southern California to the Chicago area. Mexican law enforcement officers have known where he's been since at least September 19th. If you recall this story, they discovered the body of his mother, 73-year-old Myrtle Brown, on September 16th. Relatives alerted police they could not find her or contact her or her son. At that time, Sergio Brown's brother went on social media asking for help in finding him because he was missing right after that happened.
Right.
And so, the family has issued a statement, and they said that there was sufficient evidence for an arrest.
Okay.
The family also said they had not been in touch with Sergio Brown since his disappearance.
This is a bizarre story.
Right. I don't know what could have potentially happened.
Yeah.
All right. Drake is the first rapper to hit 80 million Spotify listeners. He is the third most listened to artist in the world.
Wow. That's huge.
Yeah. So congratulations to him for that. A lot of criticism.
Yeah.
About Drake as of recent, but he's third behind Taylor Swift and The Weeknd.
Have you listened to Drake's new album, Angela?
Yeah, to be honest, I've listened to, it's a long album. So every time I start listening to it, like in the car and on the treadmill, I get through about half of it, and then I start all over again. So I've heard the beginning of the album way more than I've heard the end of the album.
Okay.
But I already told you, I like the Sexy Red and SZA song.
I like the J. Cole.
Of course, and we've been playing that up here.
Yeah, that's probably why I like it.
Yeah, J. Cole killed it.
Yeah, he did.
All right, now, speaking of Taylor Swift being one of the top most streamed artists, Kelsey has become Prime Video's most watched documentary film ever.
Wow.
In the United States. Yes, it's a documentary chronicling, the Kelsey brothers. And it premiered on September 12th. It had the biggest first 3 days ever for a documentary film in the U.S. It debuted at number 1 and remained in the top 5 movies on Prime Video throughout the first 3 weeks of its release. And so they said they are extremely proud of Kelsey and thrilled to share in its record-setting success with our partners at NFL Films.
Angela, and what kind of effect do you call this?
The Taylor effect.
Taylor Swift effect.
Listen.
Sheesh.
All right, and Travis Scott, his tour tickets are reselling, right? As low as $7. because according to reports, there is a lack of demand. And so if you look online, you can see it. Some of these resellers, some of the tickets are going like we said, $7, $8.
Yeah, $9.
So some of these resellers definitely lost some money on that.
I wonder how your producer Dan feels about this.
He loves Travis Scott.
He does.
And he loves Travis Scott merch.
Yeah. He be rocking that merch, boy. Oh, he has merch on now. Okay.
Okay. Well, I wonder what the value of that is going to end up being. All right. And Tory Lanez has reapplied for bail pending an appeal.
Okay.
So they filed a motion for his release on bail because they're trying to still appeal that sentence. The new motion was shared by, of course, Megan Cuniff yesterday.
Mm-hmm. She be on it.
Yeah, she said the arguments are nearly identical to the motion Judge Hereford rejected at the September 14th hearing in L.A., the one where Lanez called me a googly-eyed bee.
Oh.
is what she wrote on social media.
She got a sense of humor.
All right. And Sherry Shepherd is talking about Barbara Walters. And she was talking about how Barbara Walters did actually hook up with a black man at one point. This story came up on today's episode, right, of Sherry. As she reunites with Joy Behar, and they discuss some stories from their time together at The View. And here's what she said.
I told Joy that I had run into Paul Mooney, and Paul Mooney has said that he caught Barbara Walters with Richard Pryor. I came back and I was like, Joy, guess what? And then I was like, don't tell nobody.
He walked in.
He walked in. That's what he said. Don't act like you don't remember. I said, it was just me and Joy. And I said, enjoy. And I'm like, don't tell nobody. The next day, Barbara walks in and you go, so.
I didn't say you told me.
No, you didn't. But she said something like, so you schlepping Richard Pryor, huh?
Wow.
Richard Pryor had a life, by the way.
He has been around.
If you guys recall, according to his widow, he even slept with Marlon Brando.
Interesting. No, I've heard that though. Marlon Brando was cute.
Yeah. So, and Quincy Jones said that Marlon Brando would F anything.
Well,
but he was definitely very open and very sexual
before it was cool.
No matter who it was, he was what we would call, I guess,
sexually fluid. Yeah.
All right. Well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have some valuable information. As people who are shoppers, we want to tell you some of these things that are happening because today is Prime Day, the end of Prime Day. Yesterday it started. Today's the end. I know you've been shopping up a storm.
I have.
As have I. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the back. Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
All right. It is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm here, Angela.
I see you. Present. All right. Get off Amazon Prime.
That's exactly what I'm on right now.
I know it is. Okay. So right now, it's Prime Day was yesterday and today, but it ends today. And so I know it's funny because a few different people said to me, when is Prime Day? And it actually is going on right now.
Yes.
So this is the time to buy those things that you never knew you needed, like eyelash conditioner.
As soon as you said that to me, I said, ooh.
I was like, they have eyelash conditioner? You said, I need that.
We both need it.
Why do you need eyelash conditioner?
Because we do a lot of things with our eyes. We have lashes and all kinds of, eyeshadows and stuff. And I feel like we should just kind of spend more quality time with our lashes and take care of them.
All right. Well, here's some things that are on sale right now.
Okay.
All right. First of all, you can buy, if you need a laptop, the MacBook Pro is on sale. Okay. I'm just putting that out there because I saw that doesn't happen too often. And the iPods are on sale too. The AirPods.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I say that wrong? AirPods.
Because you said iPads or iPods. You said iPods.
But the mini iPads on sale too.
Okay.
NutriBullet for everybody. And listen, I'm a big fan of having a NutriBullet to make your own juices at home.
Yeah.
I definitely have one of those. Also, let's talk about other things that are on sale. Cordless vacuum cleaner. That's good for cleaning inside your car, but also just quickly cleaning something like the stairs. If you have pets and the hair gets all over the steps, that's something good to have.
Or if you have a kid.
What did you buy?
I bought some sheets because my daughter peed in my bed.
Ooh. Okay.
Can I say the P word?
You did already, but that's fine.
Okay. So yeah, I bought some sheets. I bought a few options of different sheets.
Do you have like the pad underneath too?
I do, but still, it's just like, girl. First of all, she has her own room and her own bed, but I like, come sleep with me, pumpkin bed. Anyway, so I bought some sheets. I bought
It's cool. I know grown men who do that, so it's fine.
Oh my gosh. I bought those like winter hats that have the satin lining for her.
Okay.
Everything I bought basically was for her.
It's for
on
your
there.
child. I've encouraged you to buy your daughter a designer coat.
Yeah, and I think I am going to buy one. But you know what? I wanted to see if they have on there, which they probably don't. An air fryer, because everyone tells me I need one.
I believe I did see an air fryer on here. You know what else? I also saw what is it, like the slow? What is it called? The slow cooker? Yeah.
Okay. Crock pot.
Yeah, crock pot.
My mama loves her a crock pot.
I know. That's on there too.
That would be good for you, Angela, a crock pot.
Listen, you guys, I'm hosting the 50th anniversary hip hop event at the New York City Wine and Food Festival that's happening this Sunday with Chef JJ.
Okay.
And let me tell you, I did his show also that's on Clio TV.
Okay.
And I learned how to make a new dish.
Did you?
Yes, I did. So I'm excited about that. So yes.
Are you going to talk about that after are you going to talk about it next week? The dish
It's called chicken guisado.
Guisado.
Yes.
Okay.
There's also a sparkling water maker.
I like that.
So you like anything. Here's the problem on a day like today when all these different things are on sale. And I would love for y'all to hit us up and tell us about some of the nonsense things that you bought that you've probably never used. But there's all kinds of things that's available. A blood pressure monitor is a good one.
That could be helpful if you have high blood pressure.
Yeah, that's actually a really good one because this one has Bluetooth connectivity and it can also accommodate an unlimited number of users. And so that's important to keep control of that because we always talk about our heart health and our blood pressure.
Listen, I needed that when I was pregnant. I had to go find me some place to check my blood pressure when I was here with you. I was like, I think this was right before Ye Day, and I was trying to check my blood pressure. I had to go to like one of the CVS or Walgreens, and I could have really used one of those if you had one in your home. So maybe you should get one.
And one last thing I want to say that's on sale, Ring Video doorbells.
You can always use that.
There's a lot of different ones and a lot of different packages, and so we all need that. They're pretty easy to set up once you have it, but mine goes off. Everybody's Ring goes off all the time because it picks up the motion detector.
Yeah.
But I definitely have seen a lot of things on my Ring. I saw a drug deal happen in front of my house.
Are you serious?
Some type of exchange. Yeah, I did. On the Ring. I was like, should I download this? Shout out to the neighbors. But yeah, so there you have it.
Okay.
Just letting you guys know about
Are you going to buy anything?
You know what? I am trying to do better because right now I'm cash poor with a lot of different investments going on. So I've been using my own money for everything.
Right.
So I don't have a lot for this. But if there's something that I need, like there's Crest white strips on, there's some small things that I can probably manage.
Splurge.
Yeah, I can splurge on. But I've been doing my best at not doing too much. But today, baby, sometimes I think I have a shopping addiction because I'm like, I want something.
You love to shop.
I want something. Relax, Jasmine.
Well, you shop more than me.
All right. Well, you guys, speaking of money and making sure that we budget, we are going to have Lynnette Khalfani-Cox coming up today for Wealth Wednesday, and she's a personal finance expert. She has 15 money management books.
Wow.
So she's a great resource. She's also a New York Times bestseller. She's been on over 1,000 TV segments nationwide. So she's been on the Today Show, the Steve Harvey Show, Good Morning America. She's been on Oprah, and she's going to be talking about federal student loan payments. Those payments have resumed on October 1st. It was paused for 3 years, and there's some valuable information if you owe some money. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Happy Wealth Wednesday.
Now I'm back at it.
You vibing Way Up with Angela Yee.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes.
There's so many things I want to say. So let me tell you something. I watched the show Love is Blind. And one thing I learned, I was reading this article, right? Because Lydia, who's on Love is Blind, Uche, who I can't stand, she was, I guess, following or looking at the stories of some of the girls that he was dating.
Okay.
And then hitting them. And the women were like, why is she all in my stories? Who is this person? So he confronted her about it. So I was reading an article about this, and in the article, I don't know if I should disclose this information, but I just felt like it's good. I want to share because I'm that type of person.
Okay.
Did you know that if somebody has a public profile, there are websites where you can look at that person's page without them knowing that you viewed it?
Oh, I did not know that.
So I found that out because the person that wrote this article was like, I don't know why she wouldn't just use one of the many different apps
right,
or websites where you can view someone's page with anonymously without them seeing you. So I checked it out and it didn't work. So for everybody out there with their Finsta fake Instagram pages, you no longer have to do that. And then when you get blocked, you have to go and create a whole new account. Right. You write one stupid comment and then the person blocks you and now you got to start all over from scratch again. There are actually pages out there that you can use, websites, apps, where you can anonymously view, only if the person is public, their page without them seeing it or knowing it.
Interesting.
I feel like everybody has done that though. Like everybody's gone to look at someone's page that they're not supposed to be on. So just throwing that out there for you guys to know. I wasn't going to say anything, but then I was like, for all my ladies out there, y'all need to have this information. And if you need to know the link, hit me up. I got you. I'm here to help. All right. And speaking of here to help, we do have a Wealth Wednesday today. The freeze is over for student loan payments. That ended on October 1st. So after 3 years, no more student loan debt being paused. We got to get back to paying. And we do have a personal finance expert, Lynnette Khalfani-Cox, the money coach, joining us for our Wealth Wednesday. She is a best-selling author, New York Times best-selling author, Zero Debt, The Ultimate Guide to Financial Freedom. She's been on over 1,000 segments nationwide, including The Today Show, Good Morning America, Oprah, The Steve Harvey Show. We are thrilled to have her with us. She's going to talk about how you can figure out what you owe, what type of loan you have, and the different things that you can do to actually maybe even erase your debt or get it lowered based on your income. It's Way Up with Angela Yee, Wealth Wednesday.
Had a dream of living wealthy,
and I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
Getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it is a Wealth Wednesday. So, of course, my partner, Stacey Tisdale, is here.
Happy Wealth Wednesdays, everybody. We are very excited to have, hopefully, some relief for all of you, because I know a lot of people out there started paying their student loans back this month.
Yes, October 1st.
Yes, so we're really excited to have the money coach, Lynnette Khalfani-Cox, who is a New York Times best-selling author of Zero Debt. She's been on over 1,000 TV segments, including Oprah,
Steve Harvey,
Good
Morning America.
Yep. And she co-owns a financial education company, themoneycoach.net LLC, with her husband Earl. So Lynnette, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Now, some people did get their student debt canceled, right? Is that correct? Because I know at first they were trying to get this bill passed and it didn't go past, but then the Biden administration managed to still make that available. Can you tell us something about that? Some people might not even know that they can have access to that.
You're correct, Angela. We went through this period where there was a big fight that Biden tried to push through loan forgiveness up to about $20,000, especially for folks who got Pell Grants while they were in school. And Pell Grants, of course, are given to the neediest student borrowers. But bottom line, Supreme Court said, nah, you can't do that. And so immediately Biden was like, okay, well, I'm going to take another route. He really has been, in my opinion, trying to deliver on that promise of student loan relief. So they did a number of other measures to provide some, kind of financial cushion for folks. So one is they actually did cancel, as you mentioned, billions and billions of dollars worth of debt for people in specific categories. So some are folks who had disabilities, some are folks who had been making payments and who were under public service loan forgiveness plans of various kinds, but they might have had a technical reason why their loan was not forgiven. Maybe they didn't fill out a form on time, but they were like, look, these people have been making the payments. They should get the relief that they were promised. But it's been billions and billions of dollars, actually, that has been forgiven, this Supreme Court decision notwithstanding.
Right now, Stacey Tisdale and I are talking to Lynnette Khalfani-Cox, the money coach for Wealth Wednesday.
One thing I really want you to break down for our audience, in addition, they kind of built an onboarding process into the student loan repayments that started October 1st and kind of put in a lot of safeguards for people. Can you tell us about those? I know, for example, they're not going to report you to credit bureaus for a year. A lot of people don't know this stuff, so really break it down in a way our audience can understand.
So they created what they called a 12-month on-ramp period, really to ease the transition back towards paying student loans. So then over the next 12 months rather, if you don't make a payment or if you are late or make a partial payment, they're not going to be reporting you to the credit bureaus. They're not going to throw your loan into delinquency. They're not going to put you in default status. Again, all of those things can hurt your credit. They're not going to be adding on extra interest, finance charges, penalty fees, things of that nature. So they're really doing a lot. You're not going to be subject to wage garnishment, which would have been the case before if you were, in a default status, that kind of thing.
And these are just for federal loans? Is that correct? Just federal loans?
Yes, and all of this is all exclusively for federal loans. You can get some relief, and that's a whole separate track, through your private student loans as well, but you have to really go to your lender specifically or your loan servicing company.
How can people find out about their loans, federal and private?
So first off, if you have federal student loans, you should absolutely log on to studentaid.gov. And then that's the site where, the federal government, you'll be able to track and see your federal student loans. They will show you the status of your loans and the amount of your loans. And you'll start to be able to see, okay, what options exist for me. The same thing is true with your private student loans. So certainly if you remember, I had a loan from Discover, or I got a loan from, via Sallie Mae, or, I got a loan from XYZ Bank. If you remember that, then of course you want to reach out to those specific lenders or the loan servicing company that might be handling your payments. Otherwise, you can also look on your credit reports. That's a great place to find information. Because again, you forgot, but they didn't forget, and it's on your credit, okay? And then you can reach out to them to contact them to start that process, or to ask, to inquire what options exist, especially if you're in a hardship of any kind. It's always a good idea to reach out to a creditor, let them know the circumstances and see what relief might exist.
And that's very true. I had student loans myself, and one thing that I'm happy that I did was when I couldn't make those payments, I deferred them. And I think I did that like 3 times, but at least I was able to do that, because it would have been worse to just ignore it and not pay it. All right, we have more with Lynnette Khalfani-Cox, the money coach. When we come back, we'll be talking about income-based repayment for people to pay back their student loans. So now there's new ways you can do things. It's a brand new income-based repayment program. We have more on that when we come back. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Had a dream of living wealthy,
And I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and my Wealth Wednesday partner, Stacey Tisdale, is here with me. We're talking to the money coach, Lynnette Khalfani-Cox. So can you talk to us about what the Biden administration has done as far as income-based repayment?
They actually have tweaked the entire formula for repayment.
Income-based repayment, yeah.
They're going to be pleasantly surprised to see, wait a minute, my payments are going to be way, way, way less than they were before. And they did this in a number of ways. So first of all, they are reducing the amount of discretionary income that you have to put towards student loan repayments. At one point, it was like 20%. Then they have 10% of your discretionary income that has to go towards it this year. In 2024, it's going to be 5% of your discretionary income that has to go towards it. So they're knocking folks' payments down in half right off the bat. Then some people are going to, who are basically considered low income. If you're making like $15 an hour, you're going to actually qualify for 0 monthly loan payments. And the good news is that even having a 0 month, especially for folks who owe like $12,000 or less, they're saying, well, after 10 years of payments, whatever you owe is just going to be written off. Now, 10 years is half the time that it was before. Before it was like 20 years, you had to repay 25 years. So they're really cutting in half a lot of the ways in which people have to make payments, either by saying you're going to have to contribute less of your available cash, or you're going to pay for a shorter amount of time. So they have this new program that is income-based. It's called the SAVE plan. And that one is replacing what was called the pay plan. It was pay as you earn. And then they had a revised program called repay. But basically those two programs are kind of going away. they're being replaced by the SAVE program. So I really would encourage people, show them what your income is and see what your new monthly payment is based on this income-based payment program called SAVE. You're probably going to be very, very, very pleasantly surprised.
Save sounds way better than pay and repay. I just want to say
where do
the
people
branding
find
of that is amazing.
I know you're telling us more than the administration.
Right. They were like, okay, let's do this.
Where do people find SAVE?
Again, studentaid.gov is where they get all the information on that for the federal loans.
All right. Well, thank you so much for this timely conversation, Lynnette Khalfani-Cox, the money coach. And once again, where can people find you if they need more information?
Sure. They can find me at my free financial advice site, askthemoneycoach.com. We're going to have some specialty content up there just around this idea of student loans and how do you manage your student loans in 2023 and 2024 going forward.
Thank you so much for explaining so much and teaching us so many new things, Lynnette. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much to Lynnette Khalfani-Cox for joining us. And remember, you guys, the worst thing that you can do when it comes to repaying those student loans is nothing. Do something. And when we come back, we have Ask Ye. 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up. If you have any questions, Jasmine, Brand, and I are here to help.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
You should know.
This is Ask Ye.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here with me.
Yes.
And it's time for you guys to call in and let us know any question that you have. 800-292-5150 is a number. Hello, Jordan.
Hello.
Hey, Jordan. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Jasmine's here, and we would love to know what your question is.
I'm currently unhappy with where I'm working. The pay isn't great. The hours are really long, and it's a really poor work-life balance.
Ooh, okay.
And so I've started to look elsewhere, applying, doing some interviews. I was wondering any advice in terms of presenting myself to other companies, but also just maintaining that focus where I currently am to not go off the rails.
Listen, I've had these experiences myself, so I cannot wait to talk to you about this. But as far as where you are currently, right, no matter what you're doing, you never know who's watching. So when you have a job, even though you may not be happy there and ready to leave, you can never act like that. You still have to show up and do what you're supposed to do to the best of your ability, because the worst thing you want to do is having work somewhere. I don't know how long you've been there, but you don't want to burn a bridge when you know you're on the way out. Right. And so knowing that you have this plan, and a plan is good, because let me tell you something. There's people who will be at a job that they hate and complain, but don't do anything about it. So I commend you for knowing that your time is up.
Yep.
And you got to look for something else, and keeping that in mind. One day you won't be here anymore, but you also don't know if somebody else in another department is paying attention to how you are. You don't know where anybody else might land later. So you don't want to burn the bridge and, set everything on fire. You just want to make sure you still show up, do your job, mind your business, go home, and always stay on the lookout for what's next, because you also don't know if someone's going to reach out for a potential employment, and you don't want people to say negative things about you.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, as far as looking for another job, the first thing is the impression that you make when you walk in that room, how you're dressed.
Yes.
All right. Make sure that you look the part. Make sure that you get there early. You don't want to be rushing. You don't want to feel frazzled. You want to be nice and calm. Mm-hmm. So give yourself time so that even if you're running late, you're still going to be early. And show up, like I would say, like a few minutes before your interview time, so that they know that you're serious, you're punctual,
right?
Because you don't want to be late, and you don't want to have anything could go wrong on the way there. And just make sure you look the part, you're early. And calm, and practice.
Mm-hmm.
Think about all the questions that they always ask on an interview. Do your research on the company. So make sure that you have questions that you can ask too.
Right.
That way it'll show that you came in prepared, you know about the company. If you can even search the person who's interviewing you so that you have some type of connection, like, oh, I saw that you went to whatever school, I went there also, or whatever.
Yeah,
whatever it is, to make some type of personal connection, I think helps, but also to show that you cared enough to research the company. Because a lot of times they'll ask you, do you have any questions for me?
Right.
And you shouldn't just
no.
be like, no. You should be like, I was wondering, I know you guys are heading in this direction, and with certain challenge, what is it that, whatever it is, just make sure you do your research. And when I say practice, it's good for you to think about questions that they're going to ask you, but don't seem rehearsed.
Right.
You still want to seem natural. You still want to feel comfortable with your answers, but you don't want to make it seem like you're reading off a paper or you memorize something.
Yes. completely understand.
And then afterward, follow up. You know, even if it's a thank you card, people don't normally take the time to do those things. But after the interview, you know, just send out a thank you card. Thank you for your time. I really, you know, enjoyed sitting down with you and hope to hear from you soon. Whatever it is, send a thank you for their time. Express your interest. Say that this is something that, you know, you would really like to be there. And if they need any additional information, make sure they have your best contact.
Absolutely. And even just sort of keep that my impression fresh in their mind for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely. What industry are you in? Are you looking to get in?
Entertainment industry.
All right. And listen, the other thing I will say is keep in mind a salary. Do your research on that too. So that if they ask you what your expectations are, you know what the range is, because, you know, sometimes they want to know, like, well, you know, if we do have something available, what are your expectations? So just make sure you're prepared for anything they could potentially ask you.
Yes, definitely. You don't want to shoot too high or shoot too low, depending on where their head is at.
And remember, everything's negotiable.
All
right.
Definitely.
Well, I wish you so much luck. And again, don't burn that bridge for where you're at right now if you can help it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Of course. He's going to send us a thank you letter. No, thank you, Jordan. Good luck.
Have a good one.
All right. Well, that was Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is the number in case you couldn't get through and you want to leave a message. We still will answer your questions that way. And when we come back, we have last word. That's right. You can also have the last word on the show because it's all about you. 800-292-5150. It's way up.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee and Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes.
What a successful Wednesday.
Yeah.
I had a good time. We talked about a lot of things that I felt like were beneficial.
Okay.
Student loan repayment. Also, how to spy on people's Instagram pages.
Very important.
Anonymously.
And also, people are coming out on your show.
Also, Prime Day coming to an end today.
Yeah.
I feel like today was a very here's some information.
It was productive.
Let's help you guys out. And another thing that I want to talk about is the Turkey Day Classic that's happening Thursday, November 16th. That's going to be at 11 a.m. in R.D. Abernathy Hall. I'll be the keynote speaker at Alabama State University's Lead Speaker Series.
Oh, way.
I'll be talking about college life lessons, entrepreneurship, financial literacy, women's empowerment, of course.
Okay.
So let's go Hornets. So make sure you guys check that out November 16th. I love Alabama, by the way.
Nice.
So going to Alabama State University. And tomorrow's going to be a good show. Vic Mentz is going to be joining us tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. And Jasmine, you know, I feel like you haven't been here in a while.
I know. Where have I been? I don't know.
Where have I been?
Where have I been?
Where on earth has Jasmine Brand been?
I'm back, baby.
Yeah, we're back. And we also want to thank everybody at Jaja's African Hair Braiding. The cast was amazing. So if you've never been to a Broadway play, or you're thinking, I want to go to another Broadway play, that is a great one to see. That was Jasmine's first Broadway play.
Yes, it was. You popped my. Can we say that?
I guess so. Let's tell them what you've been eating too. If you want to see what Jasmine's been eating today, you can look at my Instagram story.
Yes, you can.
All right. And you guys always watch the full interviews on my YouTube channel on Way Up with Yee. And of course, enjoy your Wealth Wednesday. Enjoy your Hump Day. We'll be back tomorrow. But you guys have the last word. 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up. Let's go.
Hey, good morning, Angela. My name is Larissa. I'm calling from Louisville, Kentucky, and I just want to shine a light on my son, Tony, today. Tony has been fighting for his life for about 2.5 years. He was diagnosed with walking pneumonia and kidney failure, and they didn't expect him to walk out of the hospital. But by the grace of God and his strong will, my son is still here today fighting, even though he has continued to have obstacles come before him. So I want to shine a light on you, Tony, because you are awesome, and just keep doing it, baby. Love you.
Yes, my name is Paul Fowler, and I would like to shine the light on my wife, Jennifer Fowler. She's an amazing wife, mother, and my best friend. And I just want to wish her a blessed day on today and let her know that her light is shining bright, and we love her.
Way Up with Angela Yee.
We turning up.
Way up.
Hey.